Hey guys, what's going on? Jerome here. This video is long overdue, but better late than never, right? I mean, I hope so. Between work and the holiday season these last 2 weeks, I've been having a hard time finding time to put videos together. In a week, things should start ramping up again. Anyway, now that Marshmallow's hit the Moto X Pure Edition, I wanted to take some time and go over a few things that stick out to me, and hopefully they'll be useful for you. If you've watched my 4 tips video on the Nexus 6P a few weeks back, you'll get some repeat stuff here and there, but I'll be touching on something that Marshmallow utilizes on the Moto X that the 6P doesn't, and that's expandable storage. I think it took about a month and a half for Marshmallow to hit the Moto X after it was released on the Nexus 5X and 6P, but for some reason I was hoping it would get here a lot sooner. Anyway, I'm glad it's here now, and I'm hoping 6.0.1 will follow suit shortly. The first thing I want to talk about is getting the battery percentage on the status bar. To do this, you'll need to unlock the System UI Tuner. Hold the settings button down for about 3 to 4 seconds and release. If you do it right, you'll get a congrats message at the bottom of the screen. Scroll down to System UI Tuner and you'll get a "These are experimental features" message. You can go ahead and click Got It and check off Show Embedded Battery Percentage. You'll get the percentage inside the battery. You can see here though, it's kind of hard to read. It's a nice addition, but I think they could have made it better. If it was up to me, I would love to just have the percentage next to the battery. This really isn't a Marshmallow thing, but I wanted to share. Android puts force adjusted apps on your top drawer. If you like it, cool, but if you're like me, you just think they're duplicate icons. Luckily, you can turn this feature off. To do this, go to your Google Now screen and click the menu on the top left. Get into your settings and you'll see app suggestions. Just switch it off. When you go back into your app drawer, those 4 suggested icons on the top will be gone. I'm just going to take a quick second to talk about Marshmallow's feature called Doze. Doze puts your phone into a deep sleep when the phone isn't being used. You can see on the battery chart for like 3 hours it's basically used no battery. Awesome feature. Remember though, this will only give you improved battery when you're not using your phone. One of the biggest features of Marshmallow has to do with permissions. Before an app can use, let's say, the camera or files on your device, you have to allow it permission. And even if you decide later you don't want to allow it permission, you can change it. Just go to Apps and Settings, tap on the gear icon up top and select App Permissions. Here you'll see how many and what specific apps are using certain things on your phone. For the camera, obviously, the camera app is allowed permissions as well as Google Play services. Here, I'll turn permissions on for Hangouts. Simple as that. Now On Tap gives you a way to get more information about what's on your screen by just holding down the home button. Here's an article about the Chicago Bulls, Jimmy Butler, and the Bulls coach Fred Hoiberg. In the article itself, there's a little talk about New York as well. If you haven't used Now On Tap before, it'll ask you to turn it on. Once you do that, you'll get Android's best guess about what it is you're looking for. It's pretty accurate. I didn't really want to know anything about New York, but Jimmy, Fred, and the Bulls are all there, and that's what I was hoping it would pull up. It'll work in other apps too, text messages included. In this example, I texted myself about watching the movie Creed. Now On Tap pulled up the movie itself, creating a calendar event for it, and even results about watching it online. Do Not Disturb settings have changed too. You can set your phone to be completely silent, only go off for alarms, or only go off for priority apps or starred contacts. I forgot to mention that you can also set automatic rules to put the phone in Do Not Disturb mode on certain dates, times, or even events you've said yes to on your calendar. Pressing the volume rocker also gives you quick access to control the volume of your notifications, music media, and alarms. Lastly, let's talk about using your SD card on Marshmallow. Go into Settings and select Storage and USB. You can see here internal storage is separated from portable storage. If you want to combine the two, select the SD card, go into your menu button on the top right and select Settings. Here you have the option of formatting the SD card as internal storage. What this means is my 128 gig SD card will act as one with my 64 gigs of internal storage. I can then use my SD card to install apps instead of just holding pictures, videos, and music. The problem with this though is if you remove the SD card and want to put it in another device, you're gonna have to reformat the card and you'll lose everything on that card. You can see how instead of showing 64 gigs of internal storage up top, now it's showing 181 gigs of internal storage. You can always switch it back though. If you want to use the SD card as just portable storage, select format as portable. It's nice though to see Marshmallow giving the option of one or the other. For people who might only have 16 gigs of internal storage and want to double or triple up on space for apps, then using your SD card as internal storage might be right for you. Especially if you have limited storage but want to install apps or games that are like 3, 4, 5 gigs. But if you don't have, or if you don't use a lot of space or heavy apps, you might just want to keep your SD card separate as portable storage. That way you can take your pictures, videos, and music with you from one device to the next. Anyway, guys, that should be it. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. I know this was a little long, but I really wanted to get all those features in there. That should be it. So I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Take it easy.